You're welcome to the Lagos studio for the news update at 6 p.m. My name is Faith Agbetuya. The Yoruba socio-political organization Afenifere has called on President Muhammadu Buhari administration to make public the timeline for a return of federalism, where regions will have the autonomy to run its internal affairs. This came as founder Afenifere Babalola University at Ado-Ekiti, Are Afe Babalola, declared that the immediate solution to the myriad of problems confronting Nigeria is a restructuring of the constitution and the return of the 1960 and 1963 amendments with some amendments. Chief Ayo Adebanjo, who addressed newsmen to state the group's position on the killing of Olufunke Olakunrin, daughter of the Afenifere leader Paruben Fashoranti, said the southwest region can no longer live under the present condition where blood of innocent people has used to water the tree of a dysfunctional unitary order. And in Oyo State, the House of Assembly has received the name of a former Speaker of the Assembly, Kehinde Ayola, and 13 others as commissioner nominees from Governor Seyi Makinde. The announcement was made today during the Assembly's plenary, presided over by the Speaker, Adebo Ogundoyin. While presenting the list, Ogundoyin stated that the letter accompanying the list requires the lawmakers to consider and screen the nominees to enable them to support the governor's administration. The list includes the former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Kehinde Ayola, a former loyalist of ex-governor Abiola Ajimobi, Wasiu Olatunbosun, the Director General of the Seyi Makinde Group Organization, Bayo Lawal, a son of former House Assembly Speaker Seun Ashamu, 2 professors, among others. The presidency has said that President Muhammadu Buhari will visit Liberia tomorrow, Friday, to attend the country's 172nd Independence Anniversary celebration. As part of the visit, Buhari is to be honored with Grand Cordon of the Knighthood of Venerable Order of the Pioneers, which is Liberia's highest national honor. President Buhari will be accompanied by Governors Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara, and May Malabuni of Yobe State, as well as the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Mustafa Suleiman, and other top government officials. A State House statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, also revealed that the presidency was expected back in the country later on Friday. A downpour has started in the early hours of today, disrupting vehicular movement as well as commercial activities in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. A report has it that one side of the 10-lane highway outward Asokoro was not motorable, and the road from the expressway linking Aso Drive, Department of State Services headquarters, and back gates to the presidential villa was also impassable. It was reported that several shops in the central business district and the 3 arms zone were still not opened as at 11 this morning, and that the heavy downpour delayed today's plenary at the State House of Representatives. Some students drawn from higher institutions under the auspices of the National Association of Nigerian Students in Benue State stormed major roads in Makurdi to protest the inhuman treatment being meted out to Nigerians in South Africa. The students also locked out offices in some companies linked to South Africa but operate businesses in Makurdi, Benue State. Deputy National Coordinator of the association, Abba Owoiche Abba, who led the protest, decried the killing of Nigerians in South Africa, noting that Nigerian students will not allow South Africa to run business in Nigeria if the safety of Nigerians in South Africa is not guaranteed. And thousands of Togolese have protested at Onikon, Lagos today. The men and women, many of whom came from Togo, from Lome in Togo, also protested and said they wanted an end to the government of Faure Nasibe, who is seeking a 4th term in office as president of Togo. They said that they had been ruled by Nasibe family for over 59 years and were seeking the help from the economic community of West African states in Lagos, Nigeria, to end its government. National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Adams Oshiomhole, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to rejig the security apparatus of the country for efficiency and effectiveness. He also declared that monies from the state's pension deductions were not meant to be used for budget deficits by the federal and state governments, noting that the state governments were having challenges of high rate of poverty in the country. Oshiomhole added that the rate of economic growth was still far less than the rate of population growth in Nigeria. And as a screening of exercise of the ministerial nominees entered its second day today in the Senate, 4 nominations have been confirmed at noon today. Recall that the Senate adjourned the exercise by 6 p.m. on Wednesday after the screening of 10 nominees. The Senate today screened a former member of the Senate from Ondo State between 2015 and 2019, Tayo Alasho Adura, Mustapha Shehuri, the immediate past Minister of State for Works, Power and Housing from Borno State, Abubakar Aliyu, former Deputy Governor of Yobe State between 2009 and 2019, as well as retired Major General Bashir Magashi, a former ECOMOG Field Commander from Kano State. The Senate unanimously waived some of its rules on screening of the nominees because Alasho Adura and Shehuri were once in the National Assembly. 7 core members of the 2018 National Youth Service Corps in Nasarawa State are to repeat their service years for absconding from their places of primary assignment during the service year. Ramatu Sanda, the NYSC coordinator in the state, made this known in Lafia earlier today while briefing newsmen after a low-key personal parade for the 2018 Batch B Stream 2 Corps members. Sanda said the affected 7 Corps members would be remobilized for a new service year, while 3 others would face various periods of extensions for different offenses committed during the service year, which contravened the NYSC bylaws. The people of Ali Buba in Agbo community, where recent flood killed 2 siblings, have called on Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State to urgently save them from the looming danger of flooding in the area. The community made the call during a peaceful protest to the Ika South Local Government Area Secretariat today. Although Chairman of the Council, Victor Oko, was reportedly not in his office, a copy of the protest letter was left for him. According to the protest letter signed by Ali Baba community, the Chairman Johnson Walvo and Secretary Emmanuel Animoli, the menace of flooding and erosion had become worse in the area, adding that several calls had been made to address the situation without any positive response. And with that, it's a wrap on news updates at 6 p.m. Join us at 9 p.m. for more news stories. I am Faith Agbetsuya. Good evening.